lunch or when we get there, though.
I think that some of the unique challenges living in the rural area that we live in is finding people that are willing to drive this far out of town or city to stay here with Bill. You know, if we have an appointment where we both have to be at, or, you know, just maybe want to go somewhere. It's a long way from any civilization, basically.
Unique challenges associated to supporting people in rural environments are very different than living in a city. Transportation is the biggest issue facing people that live in rural communities. When people don't have access to transportation, they can't get to services, things like psychiatry, occupational therapy. There are few transportation services and few specialized services for individuals with developmental disabilities. So it takes a good part of your day just traveling in to receive service.
What the hospital for?
Remember you were there before?
Yeah,
Remember when you were sick?
yeah. Oh, now.
Yeah, all better now.
Yeah.
Deinstitutionalization, I think, in many ways was a very positive move. Part of the problem was what happened when people actually landed in communities. Once people are out of the institutions, they still need, in many ways, to be connected to services. Some people, they may not need a tremendous amount of support all the time, but they just need to be where someone is looking out for them.
The Rideau Regional Center was a center for people with developmental disabilities. The facilities started to close. It really does come down to finances, and placing people in a setting that's removed from the community is not so great. We need to move towards using community services. The transition then was to living on your own, or living in a group home, or living with a family home.
You want coffee, apple juice, or milk?
Apple juice.
All of apple juice too.
You both want apple juice? Okay. Bill moved into Rideau Regional when he was 4 years old, and he lived there till he was in his middle 20s. He transitioned out of there to a group home, and he lived there right through till he came here in 2006. At the group home, he was much happier than he was at Rideau Regional. But I think once he finally got his own home, he just was a totally different man. I think when Bill moved in here, there was quite an impact on my whole family. They weren't personally involved with anyone that had disabilities. I think the first year was hard to understand that life changed. You can't just pick up and go. You have to always remember there's someone else that has to be looked after first. Once we got used to that, it just became normal for us. If you bring this one, I'll take that one, it's heavier. As he's aging, it's difficult to get him in and out of places, and he doesn't do well in the heat. He has seizures, and there's been times when it's been difficult. There's times when, you know, you think, if I just had 2 or 3 days to sleep.
There are more homes like Susan and Reg, but they are hard to find. Just because of commitments that people have in their lives, it is asking a fair amount from people. It's an everyday commitment.
Are you supposed to be eating my apple tree? Eh? Are you supposed to be eating that? Susan's the mainstay of the whole place. Bill just worships her. At first, he was a little standoffish because he didn't like men. He had been in Rideau, and he did not like the way he got treated there. And since he's been here and realized, of course, that nobody's like that around here. He's part of the family now, and he's been here for so long, he's like a brother. And he gets treated the same way, you know.
When they become part of a family, their whole dynamics change. He loves to be part of the family. And he's been here long enough now that my grandchildren grew up with Bill. And we've all learned empathy and compassion. But the greatest gift, I think, is to watch your grandchildren learn it right at home. I just think everybody should have a family and somebody that loves them. Living in the country can be tough at times to provide Bill with everything that he needs. There's been some tough times, but overall, it's emotionally where we should be.